Owen from Lotus Kent, and this is a user's guide on the new Lotus Emira. So I'm going to start off with the exterior of the car and locking, unlocking and fueling the vehicle. On the key, you'd have three buttons. You'll have lock at the top, unlock in the middle and the tailgate button for the bottom. When you unlock the car, you'll get two flashes of the indicators. The daytime running lights will come on and your mirrors will fold out. Your fuel flap will also unlock, at which all you do is simply push it in, lift it up and you're straight away able to fuel the car. This car will take E5 or E10 petrol. It's recommended to run it on super unleaded. All you do, push that down and that will lock again. Opening the door, push the end of the handle in and pull the exterior of the handle out and that will open the door. When it comes to locking the car, all you do once you're out, lock the car on the key, you'll get a single flash of the indicators, the mirrors will fold in and after about 15 seconds the fuel flap will also lock and you'll hear a separate click for that, and that just means that you can get out of the fuel station, lock the car and still be able to fuel it with the car locked. So moving on to the tailgate, on the bottom of the key you press and hold the button for 3 seconds and the tailgate will pop. There is also another button inside the front which you press and hold again for about 3 seconds and that will pop the tailgate. This lifts the tailgate and it simply is just a lift. They're on gas struts, so you lift it up. In terms of a quick little tip for the rear end as well with the tailgate, I just shut this with a little bit of speed and make sure that it is all shut. You've also got your reversing camera is down here, just where the 2 would be. With the English winters and when we have salt on the roads, just make sure you wipe that off every now and again because you'll get dirt on the back of that, put it in reverse and not be able to see. So in the tailgate of your new Emira, you will find warning triangle and there will also be an Emira pack in the boot. In this Emira pack comes an Allen key which you use to emergency access the access panel under the front. You've also got your tow hook and your locking wheel nut, and then you will also have your tyre inflation repair kit. So this is the gun that goes in the tyres, and then you have your compressor which you use to inflate those. These are all tucked up in this nice little Emira bag, and this is just zipped up and placed in the tailgate along with your warning triangle. So whilst we've got the tailgate open, I go through a few engine bay bits just for your day-to-day maintenance. Washer fluid reservoir is just down here on the left, and then you just pull this panel off here and your dipstick is just in underneath here. You simply pull this up and that just drops back in. This panel clips back onto here. That's it for your engine bay bits and pieces. So starting off on the interior with the mirrors and window switching. The top 2 here are for your central locking, so you'll simply just press the unlock or the lock button and that will lock the doors from the outside. Your mirrors are left mirror and right mirror, and you simply use the joystick to go left, right, up and down. You've got both front and drivers and passengers window on here. You simply just push down and they're 1 touch down and 1 touch up, so you simply just lift them up from there. So now you're in the car. Your Emira First Edition comes with full electric seats, drivers and passengers. To move these seats, this bit here does the back plate, so you slide that backwards and forwards and that will tilt the back of the seat forward and backwards. You can grab this, pinch it and simply go forward and backwards to move the seat. Tilt the back end of it and that will physically lift the seat up and down. The front end will actually tilt the seat front and backwards as well, so that will just move the front of the seat. This circular patch will do the lumbar support in the back of the seat, so as you lift this up it will move up your back. You lift it left and right, it will move forward or backwards further into your back as well. These buttons here on this KEF system on the driver's side, that will have your memory and your 1 and 2 settings once you set them, and that will just control the mirror settings and the seat settings as well. So what we would do is press 1, press 2 once they're set, and it will return back to that status there. So once you're in and you've got your seat and your mirrors all set up, your steering wheel is adjustable. Right in the centre of the column, pull the little tab out and you've got your up, down, forward and backwards mobility on that as well. And all you do is pull the tab back in. Lights are on here, and as soon as they're set to auto they'll do their own thing. High beam is just pulled forward. Wipers, simply 1 push down for a single sweep, push it up and it will go into automatic mode, and then from there on out is the manual high speed modes. Moving on to your ignition and turning the car on and off. Foot on the clutch or the brake, lift the tab, press and hold the button, and the car turns on. So we're going to to move through into some of the actual modes within the car, what the buttons in the centre console do. Main one, manual gear stick in this car, 6-speed manual. Simply pull this toggle up and across into first, and that will trigger reverse. You will also have your camera come up on the screen, and your front and back sensors will also kick in. As you can see from down here, you've got your open gear linkage. You can see as you change through, it will move. It adds to the theatre of the vehicle as well. Down here, we've got our volume control. So this knob here is our volume control and our play and pause. Hazard lights are in the middle here, and drive mode toggle switch is on the right hand side. You pull that back towards you, that will turn on the drive mode modes, and then you simply pull this back down and it will go into Tour or Sport. It won't do it at the minute because the car's not on. These sections here are the climate control. One on the left is your temperature, so you'll turn it left for cold, right for hot, push it in to turn the aircon on, and the one on the right is your fan speed. So you turn it right to turn it up, left to turn it down, and again press in for your automatic, and that will do the fans automatically as they need to. Middle two buttons are your front and rear windscreens. Far right button is your recirc, and the one on the left with the little man with the helmet, that's just going to determine whether it's blowing at the windscreen, in your face, or down at your feet. So let me go through and show you the steering wheel controls, go back over the stalks, and give you an idea of what the dash looks like in the new Emira. So the stalks, on the end of here, you've got your automatic lights, fully on, side lights, and then your lights completely off. You can leave them on automatic and they'll do their own thing. Indicators are left and right, and your high beam is just pull forward or push back when the lights are on, that will stay on. Your wipers are this end, and all you do is push down once, and you'll get a single sweep. Lift it up once, a single sweep will come on, and the wipers are now in automatic mode. And if you push it up again and again, you'll get the higher speed modes for if you do get caught in the rain. The steering wheel controls, so the left hand side controls the cruise control and the speed limiter, and the right hand side controls your volume and then your dashboard. These are haptic, so you can choose to either fully press them in if you want to, or you can use it as a swipe pad as well. So you can just cycle through everything on the dash just by swiping through or using the buttons. It's completely down to yourself. The volume is volume up and volume down, and this menu button here, if you press this, will bring you into a menu that's just for whichever setting you're on the dash. So if you're on the navigation, it will ask for a few bits. If you're on the trip computer, it will ask for a couple of different bits and pieces as well. And the same with your tyre pressures, your lap timer, your track widget. So your track widget can have maximum G, you can have gauges, so you'll have your power, your torque and your boost, and you can also then have your downforce gauge. The faster you go, the car knows how much downforce it's making, and it will show you that on the screen. If you scroll down through the track widget, so again you've got your lap timer, tyre pressures, and also the tyre pressures, you've got your service due and any warning messages. You've then got your trip computers, and you'll have trip A, trip B, and you'll also have an odometer, so your miles, and then the miles on the trip A and trip B. If you go through and you go down into your sat nav, you can then scroll through into your map, recent destinations, favourite destinations, and you can voice search it as well. The next one now with the music symbol will show you any media that you're playing. So at the minute we've got BBC Radio 1 on, volume's all the way down, but it comes up on the dash here. If we had Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth or anything like that, will all play through here and it will show you on the dash. The very bottom one is your Bluetooth connection. That's going to go through any phone, call lists, favourite contacts, any of those bits and pieces, and they're all available just in the dash as well for you, so you haven't got to fiddle around on the screen. It's all in front of you while you're driving. When you move into different drive modes, we're currently in Tour. It's currently all blue and it will say Tour on the dash. As soon as I move into Sport, everything will go red, and when you have track mode on the vehicle, the odometer and the revs will all change very slightly, just to make it a bit easier and more intuitive for a bit of track work. So this is what's going to come up when you first start your Emira. We're on the infotainment screen, and you'll have settings, notifications, a navigation track widget, trip statistics set up. You'll also have your performance meter in there as well. Your media is this right hand side, tyre pressures, radio, any phone connections or anything that you've got, and your climate control will also come up along the right hand side with the ability to turn the heated seats on and a few more controls if you didn't want to use the buttons at the bottom. If I go back onto the home screen and go into this little menu here, you've also got your phone, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay sections, your navigation, and you can get into everything from this menu here. So you can bring up your navigation, which will bring the map up. Again, here you can search for destinations, points of interest, and all those bits that are needed. And again, if you go into the phone, you'll better go in, connect your phone to Bluetooth. It's wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Just follow the prompts on the screen on your phone and the system, and you'll get that all set up. To give you a very quick idea, you've also got your parking assist camera. When you put it into reverse, this is what will come up on the screen. So that was a quick user's guide on the new Lotus Emira. Any questions or anything you got, just please don't hesitate to reach out to us at Lotus Kent. I've been Owen. Hope you enjoyed.